Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, casually checking your phone, and realizing that an insane, life-altering fortune of $1 billion has just been dumped directly into your bank account. No warning, no hard work. Just infinite wealth overnight. If you've ever fantasized about this moment, you probably imagine yourself instantly buying a fleet of supercars, a private island, and never having to stress about bills ever again. But prepare to have your mind completely shattered by real neuroscience and behavioral psychology. Today, Quack is about to experience the ultimate financial shock to find out what actually happens to your brain and your sanity when you become a billionaire overnight, and why winning the lottery is often a one-way ticket to a psychological nightmare. Let's start right at day one. The moment you see that massive 9-figure balance, your brain undergoes a violent, hyper-intense chemical explosion. Your reward system gets completely hijacked by a massive tidal wave of dopamine, the hormone responsible for pleasure, motivation, and ecstasy. You feel invincible. Your heart races, your pupils dilate, and your executive control center in the prefrontal cortex gets totally short-circuited by pure euphoria. In this initial 24-hour window, logical decision-making goes completely out the window. You are operating on pure, unadulterated chemical highs. Your brain tricks you into believing that you are now immune to life's problems, and that every single material desire you have ever had is finally within arm's reach. But nature hates a chemical imbalance, and your brain cannot stay high on dopamine forever. As the initial rush settles into your second and third week, a much darker, scientifically documented psychological shift begins to take place inside your mind. Neuroscientists have discovered that extreme, sudden wealth acts almost like a neurological sedative on human empathy. When you no longer have to worry about rent, grocery bills, or financial survival, your brain slowly stops tracking the everyday struggles of ordinary people. Studies show that sudden wealth significantly decreases activity in the brain's mirror neurons, the exact regions responsible for compassion and understanding what others are feeling. Without realizing it, you start looking at the world through a distorted lens, convincing yourself that your newfound billionaire status is purely a reflection of your own hidden greatness, while subtly losing the ability to genuinely connect with the people who loved you before you were rich. But here is where the psychological thriller truly begins. Sudden wealth syndrome. You would think that having $1 billion would completely cure your stress and anxiety, but human evolutionary biology throws a massive curveball here. For thousands of years, our brains evolved to protect us from physical threats in nature. When you suddenly possess more wealth than an entire small town, your primitive brain instantly reinterprets that fortune not as a blessing, but as a massive, high-value target. Paranoia creeps in. You start wondering if your closest friends are talking to you because they genuinely like you or because they want a piece of your fortune. Every handshake feels transactional. Every text message feels suspicious. Your amygdala, the brain's fear and survival center, stays locked in a state of chronic, exhausting hypervigilance. You live behind gated walls, surrounded by security, realizing with terrifying clarity that the more money you have, the less safe you actually feel. Eventually, after a few months of buying every luxury item, mansion, and exotic experience the world has to offer, your brain hits a neurological wall known as the Hedonic Treadmill. Humans are biologically engineered to adapt to any environment, no matter how extreme. That first $1 million sports car gave you an incredible dopamine spike, but by the 10th sports car, your brain's receptors have completely desensitized. The thrill vanishes, replaced by a hollow, numbing emptiness. You realize that infinite money cannot buy you a permanent psychological high. It only raises your baseline expectations until nothing in life excites you anymore. You are trapped in a golden cage of your own infinite purchasing power, staring at a bank account that can buy everything except the one thing you actually lost: peace of mind. Becoming a billionaire overnight sounds like the ultimate dream come true. But science reveals a sobering reality. Human brains were never built to handle infinite abundance without a rulebook. True happiness doesn't come from a bank account with no limits. It comes from purpose, struggle, and genuine human connection. Thankfully, Quack woke up from this wealthy daydream and realized his simple, feather-filled life was pretty great after all. Would you take the risk and become a billionaire overnight, or does the neuroscience scare you off? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe to join the Quack Explanation family for more wild science facts and psychological deep dives. Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.